Hello again, everyone. Headquake speaking. I decided to make a video about my old Fargo that I made in December 2010. It was my first bigger scaled body and custom chassis setup. Here's some pictures from the original build thread on Scale Builders Guild. It's still there in the Guild's Finest section if you want to check it out under Headquake Builds. Back at that point in the late 2008, 2009, we didn't really have a lot to work with as far as scale bodies or anything. There was the Hilux body, some Lexan Proline bodies that were meant for monster trucks that we would stick on top of SCX10s and high lift axles and RC 4-wheel drive early stuff. But everything was too wide. The axles were all kind of too wide for the bodies. The tires stuck out the sides, and if you wanted the tires to tuck like a natural truck, there was not really any options. So I thought, I'll just build a bigger body, So I started this Dodge body and decided to make it a Fargo just to be a little more Canadian. So yeah, that's what it looked like when I built it. Like 13 years have gone by, so this is what it looks like now. Starting with a shot of the underneath, which doesn't get seen much, and it's not really very pretty, but I'm more artistic than technological. And this is what I came up with to make it work. Tucked inside the front section here is the radio and motor, ESC and SCX10 transmission. The motor ESC is one of those old Novak goat crawler brushless systems that it was an early crawling specific setup, and it still works. There's like a big wooden firewall that kind of holds the body on squarely, and that's supposed to be me as the driver, which I carved out of pine wood as well. He's attached sort of permanently into the chassis with a little space underneath for the battery. The frame rails are just straight aluminum frame rails with leaf springs and mounts from a high lift. I used axial axles and custom mounted them to the leaf springs with all thread, just bent around and bolted tight. And in the middle, a GCM transfer case, which were pretty new at the time. And GCM actually donated this to me because he was watching on Scale Builders Guild and was excited to see it come together. Thanks again, Chris. Over the years after, I made several more bodies to fit on this same chassis, so I kind of built it on purpose with that in mind. Each different body just sort of slides and fits into place, like they're all similar that way. And once I finished the Fargo in December 2010, over the next 4 years, I made 5 more bodies to fit this chassis. The last one I made for it was the 65 Chevy pickup. I made it in June 2014, and it's modeled after a real truck that we used to drive by every weekend out here, and same color and everything. One of my favorite builds of all my builds that I've done is this 89 Wagoneer, Grand Wagoneer actually. I made it in September 2013. It's actually a remake of the first wooden body that I ever made before the Fargo, which was a Wagoneer as well, but it was pretty rough and small. So this was like a remake to really make one of my favorite trucks and make it really good. This 77 Ford was built in July 2012. There's a whole build video for this on my channel. If you want to watch that, you can see me build the whole thing. I'll put a link to that in the down below. This is the 1970 Chevy Blazer. It's built a little rougher than the others, but I still like it. I always kind of treat it a little rougher as well, and it's pretty dinged up compared to the other ones. It's actually been in the mud and the water as well. It's my 57 Ford, built in 2011 and actually rebuilt in 2012. I redid the roof and gave it a new paint job. I really like this one. It's just a classic looking good old Ford truck. So back to the old 67 Fargo. Still a favorite of mine. I like to take it out every once in a while and just bonk it around through the rocks and the trails. Still working good, still working the same as it always has. And let's take it for a nice drive. Yay, Fargo! I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe we'll do that with another truck of mine soon. Thanks for watching. See ya.